Hello, friends, it's Simone. I'm so excited that you're here with me for a Smash session. And I'm really curious to know if you like watching these. Please let me know in the comments below because when I was trying to film a voiceover, for some reason I didn't really know what exactly to talk about because this is me literally just taking my ephemera and trying to plonk it down on a page. Do you even do this? Let me know. I'm curious. Maybe I have run into some kind of creative funk with this. I'm not 100% sure. So, what am I talking about? Every now and then, I will take out my pouch where I put ephemera that I have collected for the past weeks, 2, 3 weeks at a time, from Happy Mail, maybe a printable that I printed, things that I want to use in my journal but just haven't gotten around to using them. And then finding a home for them in one of my many journals. You just saw me stick down the outside sticker onto the cover of my Happy Mail journal. And now I'm going through all the things that I as I said, that I collected and trying to place them in my journal. Um, I have since, this was filmed in July, and I have since moved out of this Hobonichi Cousin. Maybe because I'm journaling this way currently, but I'm not 100% sure. I have actually gotten a video on my YouTube channel already where I talk about cutting down this Hobonichi Cousin and why I did it. In short, I wanted to have two separate places. One place where I can be super creative and put stuff down and have no real expectations of me writing. And then one where I don't have any expectations of me decorating, but where I have a place to just write. So I took out the last signatures that were still remaining in this book, and then I called it quits. I repaired the things that I broke with washi tape, so it wasn't really that it wasn't that bad actually. So I want to cut down another journal, but I think what I'm going to wait for is to get bookbinding tape. I think it is a bit more flexible than just regular clear tape, so that I can maybe save more signatures, because in the writing journal that I'm using currently, you can definitely see where some of the pages have gotten loose. And so I'm trying to see if with the bookbinding tape that wouldn't happen. However, it's not a big deal. I am just washi taping down the spine, and then the book works really fine. And it's not all the pages, it is maybe 5 or 7 spreads where the spine has, like, the middle where you would have your sewing, your stitches. That is where there is some gaps, but again, not that many. So, well, I'm using up the Patreon printable from Sissy's Art Cafe, but I also printed a new one, and I'm trying to just make room in my ephemera pouch for newer items. And especially since I only had 2 or 3 stickers of this sticker sheet left, I was determined to use up all the things. Isn't it really exciting when you are able to use up a sticker sheet? Yay. I really love that when that happens. I'm currently trying to use one up that I have owned for 3 or 4 years already. This cat is persistent. He loves the cutting mat for the silhouette. it is sticky and he loves to lick the stickiness. So he's always around when I'm cutting stickers because he thinks he can get a lick in. Well, that sounds weird. Um, so yeah, and then I'm just taking apart all the things and putting them into the correct places. So um, here's a shout out to one of my favorite small stationery shops in the US. This is from Mai at Paper Treat Shop. Um, I ordered a items from her shop recently, and 2 days after I had ordered, she announced some kind of promo where she was like, yeah, if you order during that time, you will receive this. And so she sent me an Instagram message and said, well, you just ordered. And so I'm going to send this to you anyway, because I feel really bad when people order around the promo time, because maybe they would have waited if they had known. So she's just so considerate. She puts so many goodies in there. Her Happy Mail, her prices are fair. Um, and I just love supporting small businesses. So that was what that package was. And so I tried to salvage everything that she had sent and put it into the correct place. So now that I have stuck down all of the bigger things, I'm looking through my Hobonichi Cousin to find out if I find a place for this card, but I'm not really. Now I'm looking for this. These are the bigger and bulkier things, and especially with the thinner Hobonichi paper, which is Tomoe River paper. I don't know why I always say Hobonichi paper. I do know that it is Tomoe River paper and that you cannot only get it with the Hobonichis. I have a hard time sticking down bulkier items like this postcard. So I tried to remove the some of it and then just use the front part of it. And this cat looks exactly like the cat that you just saw me um, saw on screen. That is the reason why I actually wanted to have this in my journal. So especially with the thicker and bulkier cards, I tend to not feel comfortable putting them into my notebook. And that is something that I definitely will consider when I am working on choosing the next creative journal. I am testing until the end of the year. I am testing out stuff that I have at home. Um, I I'm looking at this Sissy's Art Cafe sticker sheet. These are combs, hair decoration, Asian hair decoration. I am not 100% sure if it's Japanese, um, but they're lovely, but they're absolutely not me. Um, I wouldn't really know where to use them, but when I looked at them, they reminded me of someone that I follow here on YouTube and on Instagram. She's a knitter. And so instead of trying to use something that I'm not 100% convinced of, I decided that I would ask her for her address and send her a happy mail with this. And now that I think of it, I had just asked her yesterday. So this has been sitting in my you have to ask her for her address list for 2 months now. But I'm glad I finally did it, and I can't wait to send her a postcard, and I hope she likes these stickers and will use them uh, more than I would. But Sissy Art Cafe stickers recently have have been very specific and have seemed to have always like gone total opposite direction of what I'm interested in. So it's like usually I'm like, okay, that is not me either. So who could I give this to? I think I found people who like the items that I gave away, but that was kind of disappointing. However, in September and August, her stickers and her printables were just on point and perfect for me. So that was exciting. And the items that I'm trying to use up are getting bigger and bigger. So that is also one of those things that I'm probably going to put into my Smash book. Let me get back to what I'm using up the last pages, the signatures of the Hobonichi that I cut out for my writing journal. And I definitely know for sure that Tomoe River paper is my happy place when it comes to writing and journaling with fountain pens. But Tomoe River paper is definitely not my happy place when it comes to creative journaling, smash booking, like that. And so currently I'm using up stuff that I have at home. I know that I like A5 size. I'm playing with the idea of just making my own inserts from inserts that I have at home that I know that I won't be using, and then just supplementing those with A5 size pages, so there are smaller and bigger pages and all that. So that would totally work. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited that that I'm giving myself the opportunity to explore and to not stick to something just because I want to have it all in the same journal for the whole year. Um, I Yes, in an ideal world, I definitely would love to have that happen like this, but especially since this is my hobby and not a job, not something that I have to do in a certain and specific way. Why would I make this more stressful and rule add more rules than I already have? I've been known, if you've been following my YouTube and journal journey, planning journey, to be exactly that person who sets so many rules for herself that this feels more like a chore. But if you've been following me for a while, you know that, or you probably saw how I have changed a lot. Yes, I am still putting rules on myself, but I hope they're more manageable. I am calling it done for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting. Please leave a comment below if you want to see more of those Smash session videos. Let me know how you're doing as well. I hope to see you soon. Until then, bye.